Hello and welcome back, all my Dragon Ball theorists, and with a lot of talk about Zeno recently and his power, something that has always intrigued me was how we ended up with two of them and what was left of the future timeline in which Zeno erased. How we ended up at this position was Goku met with Zeno and he received the Omni button because of Goku's promise to play with him and show him Earth. Now when finally Merged Zamasu transcended and tried to become the universe itself, it was obvious he couldn't be beaten through traditional means, and Goku remembered the Zeno button and he arrived immediately. However, like many, I was expecting the Omniking from our timeline to appear and not the future Zeno, which is why he said, "Who are you?" when arriving. "Did you bring me here?" Then the rest was history. Zeno said a world like this can't exist and erased that entire timeline. Whis said, "I feel an unpleasant flow of energy that makes my skin tingle," and Beerus said it's Zamasu, which is when he transcended his god form. If the gods and Whis sensed this in the present, you know the great priest did as well in the future, before Zeno was even summoned. I also believe the great priest knew of Zamasu and his Zero Mortal plan long before we ever got to that point. He had to, and here is why. The reason is angels watch over their god of destruction and that universe, and the great priest does this on a greater scale, watching over the multiverse, and we have seen this when the great priest showing Zeno the different universes gathering their fighters for the tournament. Honestly, it would be rather hard to slip past the great priest's gaze, as there isn't anything he can't see. When the Super Dragon Balls were gathered for the first tournament, Zeno arrived because it was brought to his attention what was going on and he wanted to check it out. Who did this? The great priest. So it is unlikely that anyone could even gather and use the Super Dragon Balls without him knowing. On top of that, soon as the Supreme Kai dies, so does that god of destruction due to their life link. I find it impossible to believe that the great priest wouldn't sense this or realize that this was going on. To add further, that Zamasu killed all the Kais in order to destroy all the gods. It's a great plan, but there is no chance the great priest didn't see any of this coming or not notice gods being eliminated. So why didn't he stop Zamasu? Why did he let it get to the point of Zeno being summoned and erasing everything including himself? Well, obviously that isn't exactly what happened. The great priest saw this coming, allowed it to happen, and counted on it. We also know not everything got erased. Goku was still able to go back to that timeline and pick up Zeno, bringing him to our present timeline. There appeared to be nothing there at least, but fast forward to the completion of the tournament stage, there are now 4 attendants. The 2 from the future timeline have appeared, and it's the only time we actually see them. How did they arrive in this timeline? Obviously, they weren't erased. The explanation to this goes back to Goku bringing future Zeno to meet the present one. Finally, Zeno has a friend to play with, which the great priest found very intriguing and asked Whis if this was his idea. As he says, no, it was Son Goku's. The great priest says, "I envy Universe 7. Then it is revealed that the Dai Shinkan is Whis' father. Why is this important? Well, we all know that Whis, being a son of the great priest, does possess some time-controlling abilities, but limited. I believe that the great priest's time-controlling abilities are far greater and transcend time, meaning that the Dai Shinkan in the future is the very same in the present. There can't be 2 of them. If this is the case, there is no reason to stop Zamasu because he knows that Goku has the Zeno button and will summon him to erase that timeline. The great priest can't be erased because he is present in all timelines and the true one above all. The great priest must have brought the 2 future attendants as well from that timeline when he left there, as there was no reason to have a presence in that timeline anymore, which then makes sense as to why he stopped the fight at the Zen exhibition match when Goku said he was going to break his limits. The fact is, the great priest, who is present in every timeline, already seen what would happen and stopped the fight before it could. Well, this is at least my theory, and I believe that the great priest has all the qualities of the one above all, so it will be interesting to see what he has planned with the Universal Tournament, or what his real connection is with Zeno as he allowed for there to be 2 of them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I just wanted to let you know you can also reach me with ideas and theories on Facebook and Twitter. Also, I recently launched a Patreon page, and perhaps the most important donation is $1, as it goes to my spicy ramen fund and makes sure that I have the proper nutrition to keep making videos. All the links are at the top of the page and also in the description. Now, I really want to hear what you guys think. Is the great priest actually the one above all? Do you have any thoughts on how the 2 attendants arrived from the future, or if the great priest saw everything Zamasu was doing? I always love to hear your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button, and please subscribe to support the channel and keep those theories coming.